Hello, reader, and thank you for joining me for another Morpheme Monday. Today, we're going to be looking at the prefixes in, and ill. Now, you might be thinking, this is just supposed to be one video per prefix or suffix, and in reality it is, but we'll get into that. So, a prefix, let's remember first, is a word part, morpheme, that is added to the beginning of a root or base word and that changes its meaning. Now, this is why these are all together. These are all forms of the same negative prefix meaning not. So why does it look different if they all mean not? Well, the prefix assimilates, which means changes its spelling to match the first letter of the base word so that it's easier to say. So basically the changes are all there so you can say it easier. The spelling pattern is below. We use IMM before base words that begin with a B, P, or M. We use IR before base words that begin with an R. We use IL before base words that begin with L. And we use IN before most other consonants and vowels. Catch that word most, which means it's not always. There's always some rule breakers. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. So let's look at this first picture right here. I see a lot of red marks on his paper. Do you think those answers are correct? Which one might I use? Now, correct starts with a C, and I don't see that for any of these, so it's probably going to be the prefix in, which means it's going to be incorrect. And what does incorrect mean? It means not correct. So if those answers are incorrect, they are wrong. Let's try another one. I see somebody on their phone at the dinner table. Is that polite? Of course not. It is not polite. So which prefix would we use for that? If it starts with a P, I see right here, we would use M. So what's our new word? Impolite. And impolite means not polite. Let's try another one. Resistible. I don't think that dessert is resistible. I think he's about to dig into that. And if it starts with an R, what do we use? IR. So what's our new word? Irresistible. And irresistible means what? Not resistible, which means they can't stop themselves from taking a bite. And let's do one more. If you can sort of see her paper, her writing is sort of messy, which means if it was easy to read, we'd say it was legible, but it looks like it's messy, so it's probably not going to be legible. And if it starts with an L, we add IL, and our word is going to be illegible. Now, and of course, illegible means not legible. Let's try a few, and then we'll end this lesson. If something is not active, what's it going to be? Look at our rules. Inactive, that's right. What if it's not legal? Illegal is correct. What if it's not responsible? Irresponsible is correct. And our last one, what if something's not possible? It is impossible. Can you come up with any more words that start with these prefixes? If so, put those and the definitions and their sentences in the comments below. And until next time, happy reading.